I welcome you all warmly into the world of success. So, in today's episode, we are going to understand the nitty gritties of public speaking. So, as we discussed in our previous episodes, public speaking is essential for any individual. It is not only for the politicians, it is not only for the trainers or business people. So, in fact, every single individual needs to address a group of people. So, one thing is for sure, a person who is capable of giving powerful public speech, he is going to be a winner. So, any person who wants to grow in life, he needs to have complete understanding about the skills, about the nitty gritties and the ins and outs of the public speaking. So anyone can do it. So I really do not like one particular quotation, which is often said by many trainers. That is, in the world, the number one fear in this world is public speaking, fear to speak in front of the public. So, are you getting my voice, my dear friends? So one Shobha Shetty has said that
Yes, sir.
getting my
Hear
voice.
you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Very good.
Audible, sir.
Yeah, that's great. So well, now I welcome you into the world of success. So let us go ahead with public speaking skills. So great. So here you may be getting why Swamy Vivekananda's picture is being put. So in fact, as per the records, as per the available data from India, he is the first person who addressed the world with his powerful ability, with his powerful speech. So that is the reason I chose his picture on my very first slide. So in fact, we can get so much of inspiration from Swami Vivekananda. Right. So some people they constantly ask me, sir, in my office, in my corporate environment, I need to give a speech, I need to give a seminar. So teachers, lecturers, and business people, and the doctors, the chartered accountants, lawyers, politicians, like that, every single individual needs to give a public speech. So first of all, a seminar or a public speech, what is it? So you're presenting your ideas and concepts in a presentable way to convince every single individual. So this is the rough definition we can take. So the person who is speaking on the stage, his objective is to give his ideas, to transfer his thoughts, so that everyone in the room should get convinced with his thought. So that is the primary objective of a public speech. Now, here, let me tell you one simple philosophy. Whenever you are not so sure about your confidence level, so one thing, let me tell you, you follow one up method. What is this one up method? So get thoroughly prepared with your study material. Prepare thoroughly with the content and get ready by giving one or two presentations much in advance. So most of the people, the biggest mistake they do is that they just get ready with the content. They just read it out twice or thrice. That is good. But along with that, what is the important thing one has to do is that, so before giving the real public speech, one should practice in his isolation in his room as if he is addressing a group of people. So he or she should imagine that he is addressing a group of people. So real life practice that I can say. So as if you are really giving a presentation. So stand in front of the people mentally. So you stand and you imagine the people are there in front of you. So then visualize, as I told you in my previous episode, visualize. So as if really you're addressing. Now you give your speech as if you are giving the in real life situation. So that kind of practice alone will give you the real confidence. So this is one important thing you need to follow. So follow one up method so that you will feel, okay, I am great, I am confident, I am capable, I can give. So instead of directly going and giving the presentation, so once or twice you can get thoroughly prepared with. And do not depend much on any tools like a PowerPoint presentation or audio. Even sometimes during the real life situation, the PowerPoint projector may not be working, or the mic, the public address system may give trouble. So mentally you be prepared for any kind of this kind of situations, so that you will be confident. So don't get panic, especially the PowerPoint projector is not working. Now, public address system, mic is not working. So you need to, usually whenever I give a public speech, sometimes the organizers, they say that, sir, we are sorry, the public address system is not working. So it may take another 1 hour or half an hour. Shall we wait? So I look at the gathering. If the gathering is not very huge, and if the room is not very big, and if I am feeling confident that my voice can reach all the people in the room, then there is no necessity for depending on the public address system. So we can start. So at the time, in a jovial way, I tell that. So don't wait for the power. I am the power. I have the power. So this way, you need to have the confidence. So your confidence gets reflected on your face. That confidence will give confidence to the audience. So this is one principle always you need to follow. Follow one up method. So I am thoroughly prepared. I am confident. I am comfortable. I am ready with my speech. I have no doubts, and I am here to give you some important thing. This is the kind of language you need to use. This is the kind of feeling you need to have. Once you are confident, then automatically audience are also going to be confident. Now, coming to the dress. So, the appearance, coming to your appearance. Again, follow one up method. So, if your audience are coming in a casual wear, you are advised always, whenever you are standing on the stage, you need to be in a formal wear. So, in a jovial way, one of my friends usually says, if all the audience are coming in casual wear, you go in a formal wear. If they are also coming in a formal wear, the shirt and trousers, you go with a shirt and trousers and you wear a tie. If audience are also coming, they are wearing a shirt, trousers, a pair of trousers, and they are also wearing a tie. Then along with it, you go with a blazer. So that way, so always you give a confidence to the audience. Yes, this gentleman is thoroughly prepared and he is giving importance to the audience. So he is giving importance to us. This is the kind of feeling audience get. So just imagine if a speaker comes just casually without proper the professional dress. So just imagine, in a funny way I'm telling, imagine that a person is coming in a lungi with a cut bunian. He is coming, now I will talk. So how do we feel? So that's the reason this glaring example, why am I saying is that, so the dress makes that kind of impact. So your appearance gives that kind of impact in the minds of the audience. So follow one up method. So I am here to give something to you. So that feeling gives you confidence, and get thoroughly prepared and do plenty of practice. And if possible, get your voice recorded in a cell phone. And if possible, you get your presentation recorded. You will get confidence. Then listen to it. And when you are going to the presentation, when you are going to that particular seminar hall, again, you can listen to that while going in a car or wherever. You keep on listening to that. So that is the way you can get reminded. Then coming to dress, always wear formal wear whenever you are giving a presentation. So this is what I'm saying. Follow one up method. Now, some important things I'm telling you. Always pay attention to these important things. Dress well, as I told you. So some people have got some crazy idea. For any important occasion, they believe in going and buying new dress, that too exorbitantly costly dress. Not needed. So in fact, you need not spend spend a lot of amount on buying new dresses every time. Just to be presentable, that is what I mean to say. Wear a formal wear and be presentable. Give confidence to the audience that you are thoroughly prepared. You are paying attention to your presentation as well as your appearance. Then stand confidently. Stand confidently in front of the people. So even if you are not so confident, inside of your mind, if you are not confident, shall I tell you? That's a good sign. Yes, my dear friends, if you are not feeling confident, it's a good sign. Sir, what is this? How can it be a good sign? I'm not confident. How do you call that a good sign? So the reason behind that is that you are giving importance to the audience. This is called positive pressure. So when you are putting a positive pressure on your mind, then you are going to be alert. When you are alert, you are going to deliver the wonderful presentation. But if that particular positive pressure, if it crosses a particular limit, then that creates a problem to you. So always have positive pressure. I give this thing, I will give an example. So if the examinations are there after 1 year, the students do not care much. And if the examination date is announced in another 3 months or 4 months, examinations are getting started, then they develop a kind of positive pressure on themselves and then they start working towards the examination. Then if suddenly if they say that, hey, come on, tomorrow itself is examination. So then what is the situation? So much of tension, heavy pressure. So this is what I'm saying. So if nothing is there, no pressure is there, no preparation will be done. So if you are developing a kind of positive pressure in your mind, it's a good sign. So that's the reason, if you, even if you are not confident mentally, consider that as a positive sign and make use of that particular feeling in your advantage and keep practicing and then develop confidence. Well, when it comes to real life situation, on the D-Day, on the day of presentation, stand confidently in front of the audience. Use positive gestures with a smile, with your wonderful body language, confident body language. Use your hands and gestures confidently. Use polite language. Throughout your presentation, use polite language. And whenever you are ready with a topic, as far as possible, be ready with suitable examples, because the audience will always get connected if you are giving suitable examples in the form of small story or something. So an effective speaker is the one who always shares some small stories. Audience always get connected with stories. So for example, any person, he wants to give a presentation, it is up to you. One word is there. As for example, during the training, a person used the word, it's up to you. So a student asked the teacher, sir, a while ago you used the word, it's up to you. I do not understand. What does it mean? It's up to you. So then, instead of explaining this meaning is this one, this meaning is this one, an expert trainer believes in giving an example, in the form of an example. So long, I will tell you one small story towards this so that you will understand. Long ago, in a small village, one saint came and every day he used to give good advices to the people and he used to tell some small stories and he used to motivate the people. But one person is there in that village. He wants to annoy this particular saint and he wants to embarrass him. And all the people, they are praising that saint and he wants the people to doubt him. So that's the reason one fine day he went with a bird in his hand and he folded his hand, not so heavily, but he gently folded his hand. The bird is there in his hand, it is alive. Now he kept his hand backside and he went to the saint and he said, oh, saint, all the people are saying that you are very knowledgeable and you know everything. Saint smiled and said, people believe that way, my dear son. So tell me, how can I help you? Then that boy asked, that mischievous boy, he asked, now what is there in my hand? Can you guess? That saint, of course, he said with a smile, there is a bird in your hand. Then this boy asked, that bird, is it dead or is it alive? His plan was something. If the saint said the bird is alive, he would have crushed it and he would have killed it and he would have presented it. Hey, you see, the bird is not alive, it is dead. So you are wrong. And if the saint said it is dead, then you would have shown it as it is, hey, it is alive, you see. So either way, the saint will be in a discomfortable situation, an uncomfortable situation, and he wants to embarrass the saint in front of the people. But the saint smiled And he said, it is up to you, my dear son. Whether the bird is alive or the bird is dead, it is in your hands. So it is up to you. So this way, that wording, for example, I know that among you, there are many teachers, many trainers, many professionals, and they get some questions from the audience sometimes. So instead of giving the meaning of something or instead of explaining the same thing what you repeated during your presentation, so if you get connected it with some small story or some anecdote or some kind of example, people will get connected easily. So that's the reason always be prepared with your subject deeply and be ready with suitable examples and use clear voice. So your voice should always be clear. Do not fake any accent. Very important thing. You see, my dear friends, my mother tongue is Telugu, and I am trying to neutralize my accent. I am trying to speak English the way English is spoken. My objective is to make the people understand my language. That's it. So if I try to imitate or if I try to fake the accent of an American or a Britisher or a Canadian or an Australian, so it will not be the right thing. So faking accent will always be not a good sign. So what should be your target? Your target is try to avoid the mother tongue influence in your speech. So use a clear voice, try to avoid mother tongue influence and do not try to imitate any accent. So it is your mother tongue. Mother tongue cannot go away from your mind or from your language. But try to minimize the influence of mother tongue on your English. Try to speak English words the way English words are spoken. That's it. So this is called neutralization of accent. For example, WORLD, world, world. That's it. R is pronounced a bit differently. And at the end of the sentence, at the end of the word, we are saying. Whereas the Telugu people have got a kind of accent, varaldu, they say. Varaldu. So there is nothing to laugh at it. So that is the influence of Telugu language on this particular word. So one has to ensure the mother tongue should not influence the language. That's it. If we follow this principle and if you follow these kind of instructions, you will be an effective speaker. So dress well, stand confidently, use positive gestures, use polite language, give suitable examples, and use clear voice. So tomorrow we are going to talk about this topic. Give importance to the audience. What is it and how can we give? We will be discussing. So with this positive note, my dear friends, let's call it a day. Let's reassemble again tomorrow. All the best. Tomorrow's session starts as it is. So don't miss the session tomorrow. All the best.